Welcome back to my channel. I'm Valerie, and today we're going to be working on a leafy lace granny square. We are going to need a 5mm hook and some loop and threads, soft and shiny. You're going to start by making a slip stitch or a slip knot over your finger. Pull the tail tight, insert your hook, and tighten the loop on your hook. We're going to start by making a chain 4, which is going to count, chain 5, sorry, which is going to count as the first working stitch. Your chain 3 is your double crochet, and that last chain at the top is the chain 1 that is going to be in between each cluster of double crochets in this round. Working my first round into the first chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, 1 double crochet made. I'm going to make 2 more double crochet, another chain 1, and a 3 more double crochet cluster. I'm going to make 4 sets of 3 double crochets all the way around. As you continue making the double crochets around that chain, start weaving in your tail. For this row, we're going to start by chaining 8. Double crochet back into that same chain space and chain 4 more. Work another double crochet, chain 4 or chain 5, and double crochet into each corner space around. So this is what each side and corner is going to look like, and we're going to continue this repeat pattern all the way around, finish this row up, and I'll see you back for the next round. I almost forgot to mention that to join this, you are going to join it after your last chain 4 with a slip stitch into the third chain up from that initial chain 8. And we will have our completed round. Here is round 3. You know, I tried slip stitching into the middle and I really didn't like the way that it looked. So instead of going crazy like I did, as I will have done for the next 3 corners that you will see how I've worked, I ended up just working around the post itself, like around the chain, instead of actually going into each chain stitch. It wasn't even worth the effort, and it really doesn't look much better, honestly. So just work around the post and make your life easier. And we're going to start with a chain 3 and making double crochets in this chain space. So let's get back in. Next, we're going to chain 1, and it's going to give a nice little break in the pattern, as you're going to see as we work it up. I'm going to work 5 double crochets into that next chain 4 space in the middle on our side, and that's going to give me my first side. Make another chain 1 space, and we're going to get working on the next corner, which is going to be 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, and then chain 1 before we get to the next side of 5 double crochets. So I've just finished the row, making the last 2 double crochets in the chain space, and we're going to join into the third chain of the chain 5 up, with a slip stitch and complete our row. As you can see, the repeat pattern is pretty simple. I'm not going to write every single step out. Basically, each row you're increasing by 4 stitches. There will be a link to my blog and to a downloadable version of the diagram and the pattern in the description below. I'm going to get to that over this weekend, well, over the beginning of this week. My weekend is over Tuesday, Wednesdays. So that's when I get the bulk of my work done. And it will be easily accessible and downloadable in just a day or 2. Also, each increase is worked starting after the chain. It goes your first double crochet into the last the last double crochet of the cluster from the row before in the corner cluster, one into the chain one space, and then one into each double crochet across, one into the next chain one space, and one into the next double crochet. You're going to chain one over, and then you're going to work again, repeat your corner stitch.
There's probably been several thousand hours spent trying to collect this judgment. But Nikki herself hasn't collected a penny.
The civil court can only do so much with a debtor who has fled the jurisdiction.
To work the seamless join, I'm going to start by working into the first, or basically into that corner. I don't need to work specifically into it, but I am preferring it this way because it's the way my squares line up. So I'm going to start by taking the yarn from that square, putting it over my hook, and pulling it through that stitch. This is how you make your seamless join. And now you just work your regular stitch and repeat the process for each stitch, pulling the loop through the other square of your other piece in order to join it. So you go in through the front, you pull up a loop through the back, you yarn over and work your next double crochet as you would your regular corner stitch. And keep doing this all the way across, and I guarantee you are absolutely going to love the finish. There are no extra tails hanging out. It doesn't get wonky, it doesn't get wobbly, it's not stiffer on the edges. It basically keeps its shape and its texture, and I absolutely love joining my stuff like this. I make everything. Clothing, my stuffed animals for all my kids, just everything with a seamless join. It's so convenient, it's so much prettier, and it's a lot easier to also tie off your yarn. So I'm going to finish working this join and completing the square, and I'll show you what the blanket will look like once I am done. So this is what the join looks like once completed. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. See you soon.